Mortgage rates jump back over 7% as inflation fears drive yields higher. Americans need to be richer than ever to buy their first home. So, as you probably know, things are expensive, and unfortunately, that means houses as well. I want to go through some of the details with you guys, share some numbers, and let's just jump right in. So, one of the things that unfortunately, the American dream of a single family house is just getting really tough for a lot of people. And essentially, you need to either have a high paying job, right? A lot of cash, or access to the bank of mom and dad. The basic gist of it is it just takes a lot of money. And unfortunately, this is according to Zillow, they're saying here, we're far from affordability for the masses. The scales are shifted toward homebuyers with higher incomes and a better financial background. This will be the norm until we get more inventory in the market. Also, moreover, I think these are very important numbers to look at here. They're saying when mortgage rates hit 7% last fall, Zillow estimated it would take nearly 10 years of an individual savings 5% of median household income every month to put aside a 10% down payment on a typical home. So again, the numbers are if you save essentially 5% of your money, if you're in a median household income, it'll take you 10 years to get a 10% down payment. And that's only 10%. You may actually need more. I just want to show you these numbers because I think these are key numbers. In terms of the actual money that you may need, it depends on the market that you're in. And I want to show you some different markets. These are essentially the 50 metros in the U.S. And I'd love to hear from guys around different parts of the country what you think the numbers are for your neck of the woods. So, for example, we're going to start with the highest ones. It's San Jose. They're saying you need a salary of about $373,000, which is obviously a lot. National salary needed, so it's sort of like an average, is about $102,000. You can say, like, we're just picking out random ones here. Seattle, $179,000 you need. LA, $207,000. This is your income that you may need. Portland, I grew up in this area. I was actually surprised. $144,000. It's pretty crazy. Portland used to not be this expensive, and I've been hearing things that it is. I have heard Austin is expensive, $136,000. Even Sacramento, right? A lot of these places, Miami, which has been a hot place, $141,000. So again, these are sort of salary that you need to qualify. Providence, I used to live there, went to school there, $120,000. Las Vegas, $108,000, right? We're getting cheaper. Nashville, which I believe is going up, you need about $100,000, and we'll start to get some more of the cheaper metro areas. So like Philly, $93,000, and we'll go down to see where the lowest would be something like a Pittsburgh. And I think a lot of these have to do with what are the job opportunities in that area. I'm just assuming that Pittsburgh is not necessarily a hot area for jobs, but that might change. You never know. New Orleans, $74,000, right? Indianapolis, $76,000. Milwaukee, $92,000. This was an interesting one. Virginia Beach at $80,000. And I'm surprised that's actually low because I think Virginia Beach is a fairly nice area, but I'm not actually sure, to be perfectly frank, guys. I've never been there, but I just I think it's a beach, right? And it shouldn't be terrible, but I'd love to hear people's thoughts on that one. And again, you can go through this list for yourself. You can pause the video, but I just want to show you some different parts of the country and sort of the differences. It's a stark difference where Pittsburgh, you need $55,000 to say get a place, whereas compared to something like, what was it, San Jose, it was like $373,000. Other numbers and things I want to show you guys as well. So this is the housing market in terms of affordability. And you can see here, we're actually quite low. The headline here is reading, first-time homebuyers face the least affordable market on record. And the reason why I show you these numbers, I don't want you to get sad and discouraged like that. I just want you to understand that you are not alone. If you feel like, oh my God, everything's so expensive, it feels like that nothing's affordable. Don't think it's just you. You are not alone. You are part of a market. That's why I show you these numbers, to understand kind of where we are. And something's got to give, right? I mean, if no one can afford a home, you think something would have to give eventually. Also, too, you're looking at, actually, I just showed you that same chart, really a different chart here. Also, too, you're looking at the affordable homes are in low supply. So the basic gist of it is that inventories are low for these kind of homes. And my understanding is that the big Wall Street, big investment funds, et cetera, they were essentially buying up these things and trying to turn them into rentals. And you guys know, there's a fellow YouTuber who I don't like, me, Kevin. He wants to be part of this thing and wants to get your money to help him do these things, essentially buy these up, turn them into rentals. This is an interesting chart. This one is percentage of your income, essentially, to pay your payment. And there's a bunch of numbers in here, but the percentage of income is the ones that really stood out to me. So in 2020, again, the payment of a percentage of your income was 14%. And then in 2022, the average is 24%. So essentially, just things are, not affordable. It's unaffordable. And it depends on the region. So these numbers also stood out to me. So the West was essentially the highest in terms of the 34% of your income goes to your payment, which is crazy compared to the Midwest, which is like 17. And you can see there Northeast at 23 and South at 25. And again, this is the payment percentage as a percentage of your income. Mortgage payments at an all-time high, which coincide with the numbers I just show you. So you can see here, just things are really, really high, right? They're saying highest on record. And this chart is going back to 1989. So things are really expensive if you're wondering. And then this is sort of why it's going to be tough for inflation to come down. Housing prices go up. People demand to get paid more money. Companies, if they want to get workers, they got to pay companies got to pay the workers more money, et cetera. And it's like a inflation feedback loop. It's tough. Also, too, you can see here, we talked about already that mortgage rates are above 7%. There's a couple of things I want to show you with this, which I think are important. And these are some quotes from Redfin. Prices falling from a year ago is a milestone because it hasn't happened since the housing market was recovering from the 2008 subprime crisis. But it's not surprising, and in many ways, it's welcome. Home prices skyrocketed so much over the last few years that they were likely to come down once rates rose from historic lows. Mortgage rates rising to 7% was the straw that broke the camel's back, dampening home buying demand. So we're thinking that mortgage rates up, we're going to dampen home buying demand, and leading to sellers asking less for their home. This is according to the Redfin Deputy Chief Economist Taylor Marr. Prices will probably decline, right? Probably decline a bit more in the coming months, but first-time home buyers hoping to score a major deal this year are likely out of luck. That's because so few homeowners are listing their homes for sale, right? So again, this is meaning that not so much inventory, and also too, limited inventory and continued interest in turnkey homes. The desirable neighborhoods will keep prices somewhat propped up, and high rates will continue to be a hit on affordability. So as the rates go up, right, things are even can become more unaffordable, and it's just going to be scary out there. So prices most likely will come down. They're even saying that, and it just logically it makes sense. However, there is a worry about inventory, and also too, the thing of desirable location. So no matter what, a price is, just for example, maybe I'm not moving to Pittsburgh. There's no jobs there. I can't live there. And if my office is saying, you have to come in the office, you can't work from home, then some markets are really, really going to struggle. So I do caution you on any one of these things. Like, don't always think that the market only goes up, right? It depends what market you're in. I hope you guys know this. I'm sure you guys know this already, but I do think that these things matter. Also, too, we're talking about sort of what are prices. This is over at Redfin. I just give you guys different numbers. So it's saying here, the typical home, U.S. home sold for $350,000. That was during the first 4 weeks ending February. So basically in February, they're saying the homes are about $350,000. And then they're saying here, this is the typical mortgage payment is about $2,500, right? And that's just the way it is. I'm just showing you guys numbers, and I know when you show these kind of things, people get really upset and this kind of stuff. But I just want you guys to be aware of sort of what's happening in our system when you read these headlines. I'm showing you both the costs, meaning that if you feel like you're struggling, you're not alone. Things are really, really expensive out there. We're like the highest in history, both in mortgage payments, home costs, mortgage rates are going up for young people who've never seen this before. It can be really, really scary. And then also want to show you the income levels that you need to live in the various metro areas. And so something that I stress with you guys, I'm just showing you, all these things at the same time, is to think about, okay, basically, how can you get job skills to get more money coming in? How can you think about different ways to, save up for a down payment? We looked at different numbers, and you can go back and pause the video as well. And also, too, how can you surround yourself with people that sort of have these discussions on being responsible, and also, too, trying to plan for the future? I know, guys, I really know, YouTube is filled with all these get-rich-quick schemes, essentially, and it's really, really scary. And it's frustrating for me. I try my best to show these things, and I just want to try my best. I don't know what to say. And hopefully this is helpful for you. And don't think you're alone, and don't think that you're the only one struggling. It's just really, really tough. So thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next video.